All right, Shalom. This the brother Rayab.
It's brother Shamaria. Shalom, shalom.
Coming back at you through the power and spirit, the Most High and the Son, who the world only calls God Jesus Christ. But in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, we would know the Father as Yahweh, which means He exists, and for the Son to be Yahweh Shai, which means He's the Savior or He's the Deliverer for the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians on your father bloodline, according to the scriptures, man. And we just back at you with another quick lesson through the power and spirit of the Most High. So before we get into the scriptures, we have to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, man. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim that's lifting up the name Yahweh Watt and Yahweh Shai across the four corners, man. And we just go straight into the scriptures, man, because now ain't the time to BS and it's truth, man. Especially in the brotherhood, man. You got certain brothers in certain camps, man, that's like still standing around picking that lint, man. Looking around, man. When it's time to bring out precepts, they don't know which precepts to bring out because they not paying attention. They not studying. They not coming to class. Like, man, it ain't the time for all that, man. So we're just about to get into a couple scriptures, man. I hope it's edifying.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have obeyed, always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence.
So that is the key point, man. It says, wherefore my beloved, he called us beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, because if Yahweh Shai was standing here, man, you wouldn't have your hands in your pockets, man. You would be trying to find some precepts. You would be trying to be brotherly. You would be trying to do everything the correct way. It says, but now much more in my absence. What does it take to do the work with him in absence? Faith. You have to be...
Right, because faith is the substance of things not seen. We can't see the Most High right now. All right, but we know that the Most High watching us, and we know that the Most High is still with us in spirit.
We got faith in that. That's right. It says, wherefore my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. We is doing much more now, man, because we know that we got faith, man. We got to have faith, man. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. But the point is the next verse.
It says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. You can't work out the next man's salvation for him. You could make him, you could want to make him get it. You feel me? You could want to make him a certain way, but brothers go be the way brothers are, man. If they not obedient, hey, man, that's on them. If they don't want to be around brothers, that's on them. If they don't want to study the scriptures to show they self-approve, rightly divide the worth and truth, that's on them, man. Because it's only so much you could try to do for a brother. But it is a balance, because the scriptures say if a brother offend them, you supposed to forgive them 77 times 7. But hey, man, we forgive brothers, but we got to work out our own salvation, man. The time come and the hour is where the true worshipers shall worship the Most High with truth and spirit, man. Not half-assed, man.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 13. It say, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, and the two greatest commandments is what? To love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua with all thine heart, mind, body, and soul, or if we paraphrasing, and to love your neighbor as thyself, and then all the rest of the commandments hang off them two laws alone. So if you're not doing your work, by going out preaching the word, doing your daily videos, studying, reading, fellowshipping with brothers, then you're not keeping the greatest two commandments, man. You're not doing your part as to serving the Most High, in sincerity, putting your best foot forward. You got to do this truth with a certain type of spirit. You got to do this truth willfully. You got to do it, with a cheerful spirit. You got to do this truth because you want it, because you love it, because you got that passion in you, man. Because the Lord put the spirit on you to do it. Not because you required to do it, Not because you grievously, brother, on your ass, so you doing it grievously just so you can get off your back. Don't do the work for the vainglory of man. Do the work because that's what you love doing. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Because you fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And that's your duty. Verse 14. For God, it says, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right? So, whatever you doing, man, if you showing more attention to something that's outside of the truth, then, like, if you on Instagram more than you doing videos, then, hey, the Lord is going to judge you according to that, man. If you doing folly in the world, fucking with Eve more than you putting in work for the Lord, linking with brothers, fellowship and showing BL, brotherly love and doing videos and studying and fasting, then the Lord going to judge you according to that, man.
Hey, bro, like I just said before we started taping, it's like the talents, man. The Most High gave everybody a measure of talents. Of course, you ain't going to have as much as the next brother, you feel me? But you going to have something to grow on. You going to have something to build on. Even if you bring out the same scriptures over and over and over. You have to do some work, bro. It's just as simple as that, man. Because when Yahweh Shah cracked them clouds, man, if you ain't got faith and works, man, and how do you show your faith, man? Through your works, man. Because you get 1 Corinthians 9:17.
Come. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 17. For if I do this thing willingly...
Hold on. He say what?
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 17. For if I do this thing willingly...
If I do it willingly, like the brother may mention, without a brother being all on your back and on your ass forcing you, because you doing it because you love Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, you fear him. You love the brotherhood, man.
I have a reward.
I have a reward. What is the reward, man? Being a king, being a priest, being righteous, being able to make it on the first go-round, not having to see that second death, not having to feel the famine, the sword, the pestilence, man, the things that's coming to this earth.
But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me, and I'm going to go into that word dispensation. All right, it's a exemption from a rule or usual requirement. All right, so exemption from a rule or usual requirement means that your ass is gonna get spewed out, basically, man. You're gonna be exempt from this ministry, from this work. If you don't do this thing willfully, then the Lord is going to exempt you from this work. The Lord is going to, basically cast you out and spew you out of his mouth, man. If you don't do this thing willingly. If you sitting up here doing it grievously, if you sitting up here, slacking, half-assing, being lukewarm, straddling the fence, you got one foot in the world.
That's the spirit, because you say lukewarm. This Revelations 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that they were cold or hot.
Right, so the Lord rather us either, make up your mind. Either you're going to be in the spirit, be on fire, or you're going to be in the world and do your thing in the world.
Ain't no halfway, man.
Right.
Ain't no halfway, man. Me, personally, I tried it. You feel me? I was still kind of in the world, you feel me, and trying to be in the truth at the same time that I believe. But you can't do that, man. What is the scripture darkness have with light or something like that.
I think it's in Matthew
With-
6 chapter.
Yeah, man. But the next verse say, so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So what your brother says is true, man. You get, man, either be in it or don't be in it at all, man. You can't be a halfway crook, man. You can't be. Righteousness with unrighteousness. What communication with darkness with light? I think it's in Corinthians. Salaki, just bear
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
here it is. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 6.
Yeah, I said 14.
Verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
It ain't none, man.
Come.
You feel me? What is a righteous person doing with an unrighteous person doing? You don't see darkness and light at the same time,
Right.
hanging out together. Scriptures say, can two walk together except they be agreed? Man, you got to be on the same accord, man. Because you might want to go this way, and I might want to go this way, and we in the same car. You know what I mean? You got to be on one accord and agree together, man. Me and my house, we go serve Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. If I affiliate with somebody, they not gonna be in the corner praising Allah, and I'm, you feel me, in the other corner praising Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah.
That's confusion.
Yeah, man. It's Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah or nothing. You got a closer?
Yeah, this is a closer right here. Luke chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So that's what we're supposed to be doing, brothers. You know, we're supposed to be watching out for prophecies, watching out what's going on, you know, all around us, being circumspect, you know, at all times, 24/7. We're supposed to be praying. You know, the scriptures say pray without ceasing. All right, so you're supposed to be watching, which means in order to watch out for prophecies, you got to be reading. You know, you got to be in the scriptures, adding prophecies, you know, reading the scriptures, looking, pay attention what's going on in these articles, what's going on in the world, what's going on in the news, what's going on with Esau, what's going on with how the Lord judging people. All right, and then you equate it with the scriptures. That's how you measure the time diligently.
Con, you can't be at camp where everybody's talking about something that's heavy and going on in Israel, and you don't know nothing, and you asking all
Right,
type of questions when there's 50 videos out.
right.
I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, man, you got to be watching what's going on, man. Otherwise, you're not a watchman. That's what watchmen do. We watch out for our nation, but on this time, it's about watching out for the elect, feeding the sheep.
Right.
If you're not feeding the sheep and you're not watching out, man, you just in the way, man.
Come on, you gotta pray always that we gonna be accounted worthy to escape what's about to happen. Jacob's trouble finna happen, brothers. You know, we about to be persecuted. Esau finna come down upon us with great wrath. Okay, and then on top of that, you gonna have great death out here. It's gonna be a famine out here. So we gotta discipline ourselves to keep our spirit under control, man. Cause in these times, it's gonna be a lot of wickedness all across everywhere surrounding us, man. And we got to have our spirit in control in total righteousness so we don't fall into those temptations that's going to be out here, man. So we got to get on our shit. Even brothers that's, you know, even me personally, I still got certain things I got to work on, man. A lot of things I got to work on, man. You know, so it's time for us to start, you know, looking ourselves in the mirror and disciplining ourselves. And start examining ourselves and getting our things, getting our stuff together, man.
Get our houses in order, man. Getting our houses ready, man. Man. So with that, man, we hope that was edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shah, man. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect. Double honors to the elders, man. Shalom.
Shalom.